Hi guys, so we are live. Welcome to the second second episode of Untacticos podcast. In this episode, we are going to. I'm Jito, Jovi on Twitter. I'm with
I am Ganesh at I am Ganesha on Twitter.
Raman at Damdam Shiramani.
yeah, and in this episode, we are going to cover mostly about the Arsenal's game against Leeds United and some of our new transfers that we have made. Let's begin with the Arsenal versus Leeds United game. The first half performance versus the second half performance. What are your thoughts on how we performed in the first half?
I think just to see in terms of one surprising thing was having Madueke start. So Arteta took the call very quickly just after game week 1. Now I think he's decided that he needs to change something on the left hand side.
Hmm.
And then Timber coming in for White. That was I think that's something that all of us thought made sense after the Man United game. And the first half, actually, I think the key players I would say were like Martin Zubi when he was doing his usual thing, he was excellent. And then Timber was superb. And I think the best part was there was still Madueke is still getting used to that position. He's still not able
Yeah,
to come like if you see his performance and I think Arsenal performance as well, like you can divide it in two halves and you can see that first half he was still like he was still trying to get similar to Martinelli coming from the corner in that channel and then just cutting in from the touchline. But in
right.
the second half, he was much closer to the box, trying to make those decisive passes, and he did some decisive passes in the second half. So something that is good to see, especially now that we saw Saka getting in, like having his hamstring injury. So that's something that looks a little bit of a, and this is exactly what we needed. I think last season we missed Saka got injured and we were worried about what's going to happen. Now that we have Madueke, that's something that is an alternative there. And now we have Trossard, Martinelli on the other side, and with Eze coming in, Eze also can play on the left. So there is a lot of flexibility there. So that's something that even though overall it was a very positive experience for the Arsenal fans last game week, there are a couple of small, I would say, pitfalls were like having both Saka and Odegaard walking off injured.
Right. So how I meant it like what I felt like was the first half was very boring from Arsenal's like how Arsenal usually play football. We play beautiful football, but we showed that in the second half. The first half was like a snooze fest kind of a like we got that quick tempo goal and then Saka in the I think so we got it in the uh, added minutes, right?
Yeah.
During the injury time. Right.
Yes.
Penalty, yeah.
Yeah, and but the whole half, like it was just boring. It was only during the second half that we actually started playing beautiful football.
Yeah.
So
I think I would just put it as like Declan Rice coming into the game. Declan Rice first half, Declan Rice second half. Big difference. Rice came into the game in second half, and it things started to click for us.
and there was also some stat like for the till the first 20 minutes, Leeds who had some shots on target, and after that they had no shots on target for the
Yeah.
next 70 minutes. So yeah, I mean, Raman, what are your thoughts on the whole game?
My
First
thing
half,
is,
second half.
Arteta wanted to try a few things. I think he succeeded in most of them, especially Madueke. The thing with
Mhm.
Madueke is what we have experienced over the last 6 months or something with Martinelli is that there is a player in him. Maybe he needs confidence, but what he does when he has the ball out wide, right? It's become all too much predictable. But what
Right,
Madueke did in this game was he tried to take his man on. He kept doing the same thing, right? And that's a good thing because out of say 10 take ons, he succeeds in one. That one is enough for us. That's the intent that this guy showed on the pitch from
Yeah.
the left and then on the right is brilliant. And the upcoming games against Liverpool, then Forest, and then City, I don't think Saka makes any of those games. So yeah, so these three games are like a big test for him. Yeah, it's a big test for him. And
I
then
think.
if he performs well in those games, then the trip to St James's Park will be like brilliant. I hope he keeps fit. That's my only hope, right?
Yeah,
I don't.
yeah.
I have no doubts he'll perform. I think he'll do it.
He was brilliant on the right as compared to how he's performing on the left. And also,
Yeah.
I do think that Saka will make it for the City game because there's the international break coming up, and they are just saying that he will be out for like 3 to 4 weeks. So it would be interesting to see how Noni is going to perform
Mm.
on the right, and Trossard as usual, Trossard or Martinelli. Actually, even Easy can play on the left.
Yeah,
What are your thoughts?
No, but
Or
yeah,
that's
Easy could play in the Eze could play in the middle in place of
yeah.
Odegaard.
He can. So that's the flexibility that we have now.
Right.
yeah. And
Yeah.
Martinelli needs to step up now because he's going to be starting on the left at at
Yeah,
at Anfield. But then one more thing, why I'm saying is like he's not going to make it for the City game is because last season in the same situation we would have been desperate as fans to like see
push him.
Saka come in, like the moment he's like slightly fit we want him on the pitch.
Yeah,
But right
Right.
now we are not that desperate.
Right.
Right now let his hamstring heal because I'm more worried because it's the other hamstring, right? It's not.
Right.
Had it been the same hamstring, I could have understood like it's a relapse or whatever. But then it's the other hamstring. Either way, it's a good news. It's good news that it's a small injury, but I don't want him to like come back soon. Is what I'm saying.
I
Right.
was watching
So
the Real Madrid game against Oviedo yesterday, and then I was seeing Rodrigo. And as you mentioned, Raman, he was making those take-ons. Like he from the touchline, he was coming in, cutting in, and trying to make something happen. He did make something happen for the first goal for Mbappe. But then, and the same with Vinicius. Once Vinicius came in the second half, he did the same thing. I think that's something that Martinelli is still missing. I think for me, Martinelli, Odegaard, two of the players who still trying to play safe. As when we have such an expressive attacking force, we need to exploit it. And I think that's somewhere, especially against teams which are lower down the table, we need to be a little bit more of imposing against them to like make our football more attractive and then score goals. I think that's where I think you could see a little bit of frustration in the first half from Gyökeres because he was not getting the service the way he wanted it. He had to
Mm.
make things happen. And if you see Gyökeres' goal, he got through the channel, cuts in. He just says, I'm going to take you on and I'm going to score the goal. He did that. It's a perfect striker's goal and a typical Gyökeres goal that we could expect
Yeah,
from him from
it's
Sporting
a
Ace.
it's a trademark goal for him. Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, and also the kind of goal that people said that he will not score. Actually, it's funny.
Hmm.
That was one of the goals that people said that he won't score, and another one was that he
Header.
is not good in the air, and that is those are the two goals that he's actually scored for us. So yeah.
Yeah.
So moving on to the next topic. Do you guys have any other views on the game?
But I also want to add something
Well,
else on
yeah.
what I saw that day. I saw something else from Timber. What this guy is doing is he's not inverting anymore. At least in that
Okay.
game, he didn't invert. What he did was he stayed wide, and because he stayed wide and kept his position, he was able to create that goal for Saka. And
Right.
I
Hmm.
suspect that we're going to see more of that, and Calafiori doing the other creative job on the left. So yeah, that's it.
No, I think you're right, and because I think there was a little bit of a tactical shift there in terms of instead of inverting in, they're trying to make the I think wide and the front
Yeah,
as in they're making trying to make a front five just pushing forward,
yeah,
especially against these teams with low blocks. You have to do that just to make sure that your numbers are more in each sector of the park, and so that you can then put ping in balls for Gyökeres or Madueke. Surprisingly, if you see this graph and you see the guy who was the furthest was Madueke. He's the guy who's trying to be really attacking, and that's
mm.
something that Martinelli is right now missing in his game. He wants to do it. I think he's still trying to make that final pass instead of going for it himself, trying to take on players.
But that also allowed Saka to, especially for that goal. Okay, like that goal is just an example. But then I just saw like a lot of moments where when Madueke was taking on the defenders, they were double team. They were doubling up on him, and that's something new for us. Okay,
Yeah.
because it's usually what Saka does and what happens to him afterwards. the fouls and everything else. So I believe this is a good thing. And even with Eze coming, see long term, I see a back three of a front three of Saka, Gyökeres and Eze. That's my starting front three. All right, but Madueke has a good chance to ruffle a few
Madhu
feathers.
Madueke actually I think is a very much a like for like replacement for Saka. Like he was
Yeah,
actually better on the left wing. Like you, us,
he was. He
we did not
was.
miss Saka basically when Madueke was playing.
Correct. And
It's going to be there.
I wasn't I was gutted that he got injured, but then I wasn't like really worried for the, like, I won't say
Right,
in that tone, but then
Yeah.
like I'm like, okay, I have an option. I have a quality option to rely on.
right.
Anyway, I think those are my thoughts.
For all our Arsenal fans, Saka is the star boy and is the son. So
Of
every
course.
time he falls down,
Of
it's a
course.
problem for us.
Right.
It's a blood pressure raiser, I'm telling you.
Right. So moving on to another topic, it's three. There are three topics over here. One is reasons for Man City's poor run, reasons for West Ham's poor run, and also thoughts on the United game. Like it is the make or break season straight under Amar.
See, I'll just say a line for West Ham, and then we can just move on to another topic. West Ham, just I hope they get relegated, right? I Because see they're terrible. They're terrible. It's not like they don't have money. They have money to spend. They can strengthen. They're just terrible. You cannot go into a big game like the ones against Chelsea with a midfield of Pakita, that other fellow, Ward Prowse, and who's that other fellow,
What
Suchek.
cross? Yeah.
It's just like, I was like watching the game. I was surprised they took a lead, and I'm like, done. This is done.
Yeah, I think the problem with them is having. I'm just amazed that first thing they got Potter. Potter plays such a different kind of a game to what West Ham needs right now. West Ham needs some solid presence there. They needed somebody to. I think, and this is where I start blaming the fans as well. They were all saying Moyes out, and I'm still surprised. He would have been the perfect guy for managing this team through. That midfield had no legs in it. Like it all three are looking to create things, and then who's going to defend? Who's going to be adding that solidity to the defensive unit? None of them. And this was like it was incoming. Like we could all see that the goals are going to flow in, and they're flowing in there. I think 8 or 9 goals in 2 games already. I think if they don't
That is
fix it, they have not spent anything. If they and with all the money, I just heard the rumor on Paqueta also leaving, but they need to they have to sell Paqueta, get somebody who can defend and make it solid because they have a good attacking team still in terms of Bowen being there. Antonio will
Yeah,
come back, so they
yeah.
still can manage the goals. But I think they have to fix their defensive issues.
No, Antonio's
right.
gone. They released him.
Antonio's
Yeah.
okay,
No, but the only midfielder that had some legs was that fellow Edson Alvarez.
and
He's
he's
also
going
has gone to Galatasaray or
Fenerbahce.
Fenerbahce, something like that.
Fenerbahce, yeah.
Yeah, Fenerbahce. So I don't know, man. Like they're targeting Yves Bissouma, and I'm not sure like what he's going to do. Like he's not going to drastically change anything over there.
But in these three, the name that you mentioned in the game in the Chelsea game, I think Eze is still will start ahead of those one of
Of
those
course,
players and give that solidity to the team
of
that they need
course.
in the
True.
center. I think they don't have a spine right now. That's what
Yeah,
they need to work on.
they don't.
They
And
still
the
haven't moved on from
attackers
Declan
also,
Rice.
like, sorry.
No, I was just saying they still haven't moved on from Declan Rice. It seems
Sorry.
they still haven't moved on from Declan Rice. It seems.
Oh, I'm not sure. That West Ham Central guy on Twitter,
Yeah.
just
West Ham
just because
Central.
yeah, just because he's there on this planet, I want West Ham to get relegated. Simple as that. Otherwise, I have no hard feelings against them.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Thoughts on the United game then?
What do you think about the United game? Tell me that.
I mean, they have a good attack. I mean, I did not watch the whole game, but I was just reading the comments. They do have a very good attack. However, something is not clicking. Like but they were saying the first half was like dominated by the opposition, and just in the second half, they were Fulham were all over them. And
I,
I just don't know right now. Like I think they have not
yeah.
invested enough in the midfield and the defense, and they've just uh, spent a lot on the attack. And it's kind of an imbalance. It's kind of similar to what Arsenal was facing way back when our attack was Aubameyang, Lacazette, and Pepe, and our midfield and defense were just lacking.
Yeah.
I think it's
Oh,
something like that.
but I just want to know one thing from you both. I think like what is the best position for Bruno Fernandes? Is he a midfielder? Is he a winger? Where should he play? And
Number 10.
that defines everything around in United, because I think they're still not playing their best midfielder. Kobe Mino is still on the bench, and I don't know what's happening there. With Bruno Fernandes being the pivot for them, their midfield is going to be like this. Like this is going to. He just let Smith Rowe pass through for the goal, first goal.
Right.
It was such a. It was him who was marking him, and he did just left him.
Yeah.
Right.
No, I'll explain to you in a way that what I noticed. Out of the 22 players on the pitch, who was the slowest player?
Bruno. Casemiro.
Sanderberg.
Ah,
That
Okay.
that guy dominated this Casemiro and this Bruno Fernandes single-handedly. He didn't even
Yeah.
need that other fellow, Sasa Lucic,
yeah.
to help him out. This guy did it on his own because Sasa was like he was running the white channels.
Yes.
Anyway, the point with Bruno is Bruno, of course, I believe he's like a top class number 10, but then he's in a very traditional mode. And from what I heard from all these Manchester United people before they started the season was they're going to play with two tens, and those two tens were supposedly Brian Mbumo, who's a winger, of course, and
Yeah.
Matthew Scoop, who's like a forward. He's not a center forward, but then he's a forward
Second
thinking player,
striker.
the number 10.
Yeah. Yeah.
Before this window shuts, if they want to have any chance of surviving this season and coming up to at least 8th or 7th, whatever the Conference League spot is, they need a midfielder. And again, Ganesha, on your point, Kobe Menu is not the answer. What Amorim said after the game was right. He said that Menu is competing for a place with Bruno. And again, he's just using the whole thing like, oh, I'm not getting time, I'm not getting time. It's just been bloody 2 games. If he's crying already for game time, then I'm sorry. This is not the right way to go about your season.
I think there are two types of people who are crying at United. I think it's not just Kobe who's crying for some game time. I think there's one more guy who's been crying, is Bruno Fernandes, crying that okay, this referee just nudged me in the shoulder and I can't
I was
score a
going to come
penalty
to that.
after that. I think if
Ridiculous.
that's the attitude that you're having, then I think you can't play at this level. He's a brilliant player. I think he's a luxury that United can't afford right now. They need somebody more solid in there. They need somebody who can actually be leading that squad. It's still a relatively young squad, and they have talent in there. But I think with Bruno Fernandes being such an
Sorry.
like his attitude on the pitch and outside is something that is just driving his value down. He's an excellent player, but I think right now United can't afford his luxury.
Right. Do
Yeah.
you guys think it's the players that's the problem, or is it the coach that's the problem? Because there's some stat over here. It's 29 games and he gets 121, 28 points. So do you guys think Amorim is the problem, or is it like the players?
See, I was having a chat with this friend of mine who's a United fan. I've known him for like, I don't know, all my life, right? And what he told me was right. He told me that this team, the squad is full of players who are suited for a 4-2-3-1. And
Hmm.
and then I countered him saying that, fair enough, that's a valid point, but your players have been with this manager for like good 7-8 months now or more. But the thing is, they are not able to adapt to his system. They're not able to play. The only thing, I'm not even kidding, okay, when I'm saying this, the only thing right now that is looking good in their team, if you notice, are three players. Dorgu. Why? Because he's always running with the ball. He's always on the left flank. Two, Cunha, and three, Mbumo. Cunha and Mbumo, they know how to play a back three system. They know how
Right.
to
Hmm.
play this
Right. Right.
style.
Right.
But if you notice, beyond that, nobody else is playing their game.
Yeah.
They are still out of sight.
Even Drogu played back three, so he also knows that.
Exactly.
So
At
maybe
Lecce.
yeah, yeah.
I don't see any improvement. I don't
The
see
attack has
any.
improved. the attack, Cunha and Mbumo add a lot to the attack. It's just they don't have the end product.
Precisely, that's not an improvement.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
and
like
that's actually where, yeah, that's actually
Sesko
where
comes.
Sesko comes into the picture, right?
they
But
have zero GA as a team.
yeah,
Zero GA. That was an own goal, by the way.
Yeah, yeah, it was an own goal.
So
hmm,
I feel if they can persist with the manager, their choice, they
yeah,
can go ahead. But see, I'm not even. I could have said the same thing about Mikel Arteta, like back in 2020-21, that season when we were on a terrible run, right? Like some 17 games, one win, whatever. I could have said the same thing, but then we were seeing structural changes and players adapting to the new style, and because they were adapting, that's the reason why they couldn't like create like whatever. They couldn't get the results. But this guy, he has the players, but he's not able to. I don't know. He's not able to penetrate the opposition. It, it's like going nowhere, is what I'm feeling. They should get rid of him right now if they want to. Bring in a world class manager, a top level manager. I'm not saying world class, but then a top level manager who can adapt a 4-2-3-1 system because they have players for that right now and get going for the
right,
season.
Yeah. As an Arsenal fan, I'm happy to see Manchester United there. I would want
yeah,
them to be in the. I would the best position for them is 18, 19, 20. I'm
flirting
happy
with
with that.
relegation. Yeah,
Yeah, anything of that sort. Yeah.
yeah.
Actually, I prefer 17. Let them be embarrassed.
uh, it's like there were two players, actually probably more than two, but players who actually left United and they may have the breakthrough seasons. One of them being Scott
This guy is
McTominay, and
just massive.
the second one being Anthony at Betis.
So I was watching the game. I was watching this game, Arsenal game against Leeds, in an Irish pub, and then the other game that was happening in the corner was Napoli playing, and there's this couple of Napoli fans who were watching that game, and they were like, they just love him. They just love Scott McTominay, and they knew that he's going to be the guy who's going to give them the first goal. And look at the level, like confidence does so many good things to you. I think he's the epitome of that in terms of he's giving that, uh like he has the aura now in terms of like just people are expecting him to do something and he's delivering at it. So that's something that's a different level that he's reached. He's
Yeah.
always a good player. He's always a good player. I think again in that United system, it he didn't have a role to play in Napoli, and I think this kind of defensive structure always will always suit players like him who are like stubborn and in there
Yeah.
in your face kind of players.
Right.
And
And when you
and
have Kevin De Bruyne playing with you, it's even better.
no, no, that Kevin De Bruyne point is key because what
The
since
best.
De Bruyne's introduction, Conte has changed from a midfield three to a 4-2-3-1, and now this guy McTominay is playing on the left wing predominantly, and see even then he's able to adapt. It's again going back to Manchester United. It's a Manchester United problem. It's a system problem. We can't like
I I just hope not many players go there and destroy their careers. That's what
they
like.
they they will, and yeah, they will get good players. They will keep getting good players, and I don't know. I'm just worried about Sesko. I hope he went to Newcastle United. We could have got him like 4-5 years later. Anyway,
Or maybe
But he's
we could
young. I
have
mean, he
got
can figure
Isak
out
or
something.
else.
Yeah,
hmm?
yeah,
Or maybe we could have got Isak. Having
Yeah,
Isak
maybe.
and Gyökeres as our striking options, that would be good.
attacking options. Yeah,
It's good to dream, no? But yeah, sure.
Yeah.
it's still very much possible. By the way, we can wait and see what
We never
happens.
know. You never know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
Arsenal is winning. Arsenal is winning the transfer game.
winning.
I was
We've
coming to.
won.
Crushing. We're crushing Tottenham.
Yeah, actually, that was another topic that I was coming to. But anyway, what are the thoughts on Fulham? By the way, they have like four of our players right now, three right now, and there will possibly be having Nelson as well. So that's four. That's Leno, ESR, Iwobi, and now possibly Nelson as well. And I'm not sure. I think so. There was Rini Links as well. So
I think Leno is still is a world class goalkeeper, and I think it shows. And he keeps
yeah,
them in so many games. He gives
Yeah.
them that opportunity, and I just love both ESR and like Alex Iwobi, somebody from the hill, and I think that's something that you will never lose. Like there is a Wenger-esque style there with both of them,
Yeah,
and they are those flair players, and you can see that goal was like intuitive. Iwobi knew ESR is coming in, and the way he just came in and just tapped it in, like that was such a classic Wenger-esque
Killer.
goal. I love it.
yeah.
I just jumped when he scored. No, I just jumped.
We
Okay,
all love ESR as much as we love Saka, and I think
Saka.
we hope that he has a similar kind of arc that Eze is having right now, and this guy is going to be like he's given he's fit. I believe that ESR has a quality to do
Yeah,
much
yeah,
more, and he's been very consistent. And so, and if Reece Nelson joins, I'm expecting similar things. He is quick, he is decisive, he can take the shots. And I think in this team, they're going to add value to it, especially with
yeah.
Raul Jimenez being in upfront. So I think that's something that they have a positive there. So they always have an attacking outlet there.
Hmm. You're
Nelson
right.
was our Saka before Saka became Saka, right?
True, true.
And
Yeah,
one more thing, dreams were sold when we had ESR, Nelly, and Saka playing together. Like we just thought we had like world beaters on hand.
yeah.
Uh,
Injuries, injuries. I hate injuries.
yeah.
Hmm.
Next topic about City and their run right now. Like they're continuing their last season's form, even though they have made a lot of new signings. They still don't seem like the best version of themselves. And also one more thing, Pep recently said that they are not the only team spending. That's also another factor because earlier they were the ones spending a lot, but now it's kind of balanced because every other team is spending, and right now they are not able to dominate. So that is probably something
I
like what are you talking about?
some something I don't just don't understand about Pep. I think, and he is a master tactician in terms of press conferences as well. So that's something that you can learn from him. Mourinho, they know how what they're talking and how they're distracting everybody. But I think if you see the game again, they had a good game against Wolves. They were very good in that. But they were always those defensive frailties that they were there. They were exposed in at Wolves, as Wolves would have scored early as well. And had they done, maybe City would have been under more pressure. But in this instance, what I observed is uh, pre Rodri, post Rodri. Rodri is the star, not Erling Haaland. Their star is Rodri. Once Rodri came onto the pitch, they look different. They didn't score, but I think him being there consistently is going to add value to them again, and they're going to come back very strong. This is a team that you should not write off, and they're going to be there knocking at the top of the league soon. But just don't write them off so soon. They're having a mixed
Hmm.
bag, which is good for everybody in the league. That's a good thing. And Pep also, you never know what is happening with his entire managerial options. There can be a role that comes in for which he would want to go back to Spain, but you never know that. So he has contracted 2027, but again, you don't know this is the last year, and then that gives an added motivation for the players to go and push
Hmm.
for it. You never know that.
No, I don't. I'm not worried about City as such because I firmly believe that it's going to be Arsenal City title chase this time, like majorly for
Arsenal
me.
City.
Best parts, but my thing is uh, they have some players missing and they need to add a good right back, right? In the mold of somebody like Livramento or whatever, like at least that kind of profile. That guy Rico Lewis, I don't think he's gonna. They should just take the money from Forest and just sell him off. Although I heard he's signing a new contract, but then again, their
That's not his
problem.
position. The back. He actually he can play up front. He's a winger in the academy.
Rico Lewis.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
that's the thing, no. So what Pep does is uh, he likes to see where the player plays. Like if he's played Lewis before on the wings, he's gonna and he thinks he's not good enough.
Yeah.
He's now then after that he's been playing him as a right back, and I don't think that position changes. Now,
Correct.
considering he brings in a new right back, I think he's gonna keep Lewis as a backup. But the main problem against Spurs was they didn't have any legs in midfield like John Stones or Diaz. No, I think he's gonna drop one of them once. I think he's gonna drop Stones once Guardiola comes in because once
Hmm.
Guardiola comes in, they have a very good setup. And plus, again, like you mentioned, Rodri, right? He's key. Once he comes in, I'm telling you, no, I'm telling you right now. Once they're a bit settled, maybe after like 6 7 games, I don't think they're losing many games after that.
But is
Yeah,
well,
yeah.
like Grealish, Jack Grealish, I saw the Everton game and how like he is so energized again.
Yeah,
It's lovely to see him play. Obviously, he's one of my favorite players, even when
yeah.
he was playing for Villa. And was that a wise move, just shipping him off at this age? Like, he's still a big star.
Grealish, oh, definitely. I mean, they made a terrific transfer. Like he'll probably find his joy back, just like how Pro Kelly found her joy back after signing for Arsenal from City.
But I think for from a City perspective, I think they maybe I don't know why what prompted them to make the move already.
No, I
Um,
think I think from a City perspective, they did the right thing because the player wanted something else, right? So they are not going to stop them. As a club, they
Mm.
don't stop players. If you just notice, all it reminded me of was Grealish's performance against this guy's Brighton was like very similar to how he performed against us when he was
Yeah.
at Aston Villa. All action. He's defending, he's attacking, he's jumping into tackles, creating, like he was the main man, the maverick.
I think from
So
an
yeah,
England perspective, it's a good news. I think him being in that form from an England perspective, they will have more options because
yeah,
he's showing that again, showing that
yeah.
attitude again.
I think his main competitor is Eze. If Eze predominantly plays on the left, they are going to compete for the post. And Gordon, of
right.
course.
Yeah, Gordon.
Yeah, I don't think Gordon makes the cut. It's going to be between
No, no. Currently, I think
Grealish
Gordon
or
is up. Gordon is the first preference. I think.
Yeah.
okay. Uh, so back to Arsenal. What do you got? I'm not able to pull up this image for some reason, but it's basically Jesus post. Jesus recent post. What are your thoughts on where would Gabriel Jesus play once he's fit and back in the team? What do you guys think about him?
I think I mentioned this before as well too, and in our conversations prior as well. Like Gabriel Jesus, I think people are like, if he's back to his full fitness, what he did for us in the first season that he was with us, if he can get back to that, if he's fit, he will get back to those levels, and he will make
Mhm.
an impact, especially when he is trying to knock onto a door on for the World Cup team as well. I think he's going to make that push. He's going to push. Uh, Arteta to make the decision of either whether to play him on the wing or as since Havertz is injured, he can come in as a sub for Gyökeres and be that alternative instead of Mikel Merino coming in. And he's a good alternative for us, and it's good. I'm a little bit worried in terms of Havertz because we're not hearing any news that just tells me that it might be a big injury. But
The
I'm
news
just
came out.
happy. Like, how long is he out, Havertz?
So it depends. See, now, right now, as things stand, they're going to do some. Uh,
Scans.
no, no, scans are done. So there is a cartilage issue. So they're going to just with not like they're not going to do a surgery for the next
Surgical.
2 weeks.
Ah,
It's not going to be
okay.
surgical. And if they see there is no improvement in their current treatments, they're going to do an arthroscopic surgery. It's not going to be like a. It's basically
Cut.
it's minimally invasive, right? So it's not going to keep him out for long.
Hmm.
I'm looking at something like, see, even if the way they mentioned knee injury and how they proceeded with Eze, although I don't believe that's the case, but I think we should expect like 6 weeks out. That's it.
Okay.
Back after
Because
that.
what I understand from from Gabriel Jesus, and he might be back. He might be in some kind of capacity playing with the squad, like training with the squad in next 2 to 3 weeks. So maybe we have that overlap where he's all when we have by December we have a team which is like fully fit across. So then that just adds. But again, the squad depth that we're having here, I'm happy. A lot of people are comparing Jesus to like saying that he's our Rodrigo alternative. He's not, but he's like, Rodrigo is still better on the wing. But I think he gives us options. We don't need to go into the transfer market again for this
Yeah,
position right now because
yeah,
he again amongst these six or seven options now that we have on an attacking front. We are flexible and fluid there now. And this kind of,
True.
and we always needed an impact from the bench, and hopefully now we get that impact from the bench as well. Imagine a Gabriel Jesus fit, Gabriel Jesus coming in on the pitch like 70th minute and just running at defenses, then that's going to just cause so much mayhem.
Mm. There are
Right.
two sides to the Gabriel Jesus thing. Yeah. So one is my first thinking is that he's gonna once he comes out fit, he's gonna be the kitchen sink.
Mm.
What you throw in games when you need something out of nothing, you throw him. Other than that, I don't think he's gonna like be the first choice or the second choice striker. He's just gonna be like, come on, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, whatever he can get. And of course, to do that, Arteta has a very valid excuse that he just come back from an ACL. Fair. The other
Basically, the
angle,
Trossard.
sorry.
Basically Trossard's role right now. Coming in
Mm,
clutch.
not really, but yeah, kind of. I mean, optics may say that. But secondly, it, if he has to reclaim an important place in the squad, then he has to like other things has to go his way. Like something like Howard's not performing, or Joker is not performing, and suddenly both your strikers are not performing. You have a third striker choice on the bench. Yeah, sure, put him in. That's all I see.
Right.
But I don't see him staying here beyond next
January.
summer. Yeah.
Next
No, no,
summer.
no.
Next summer makes sense.
But I think we can still I this season I won't there is pressure now that this transfer business is done and we have bought so many players, we built a squad. We are a squad now ready to compete at multiple fronts.
Yeah.
Champions League is going to be a front, and then we're going to have difficult games, tricky games in the league and
Yeah.
in like FA Cup. And I don't want to be saying that I think all four competitions are important, but if I rank like Premier League, Champions League, and then FA Cup. FA Cup is equally important. I
Yeah.
think Mikel at the end of the season has to be lifting some kind of silverware. If he is not,
Oh,
it's a
definitely.
challenge.
No,
Oh,
this
definitely.
squad. Now we can't. Last year we could have made an excuse. This year we can't say that we don't give a shit about your FA Cups or
Trophies.
your Carabao Cups.
Yeah.
We have to compete now because we have the squad. And look at that, he's bringing another monster again.
Coming to the,
Hincapié.
coming to
Exactly.
that, coming to that, coming to that,
Yeah.
coming to that. Yeah.
Okay,
If
go
you're
ahead.
done with this, the next big topic, our second hijack from Spurs, that is Hincapié.
I'm just
What's
loving
your
it.
thoughts on this? Yeah.
But Raman, you're the
Oh,
expert on him, so I think you should go ahead and just tell us
See,
how do you see him
see,
playing?
first of all, calling it a hijack is an insult. Okay, you have to say it's wiping the floor with. He just wiped the floor with Tottenham. Okay, that's all it is. See,
yeah.
Hincapié, like I've liked that guy because for some reason he provides like that kind of like you look at him and you don't think he's gonna play left back. You can't imagine him playing left back, but he plays left back. He makes those overlapping runs. He does a lot of things. I can't say he's creative enough, but then he's good enough. Like he's a profile that we currently don't have, right? The qualities he brings, the many qualities he brings, including his versatility, is something that Kivior doesn't have. Of course, Kivior has played left back for us for a long period in that 23-24 season. But yeah, he's just like I don't know. Kivior is a good center back, but if we can sell him and then replace him with Hincapié, I'm all for it. And see
No, actually,
again,
yeah, makes sense.
sorry, one more thing, one more point I want to add. I've stopped after this the way this transfer window has gone. No, I've stopped looking at players from their fixed positions.
Mm.
Right? I'm just looking at the bigger picture of the squad. Like, is this squad good enough? See, if tomorrow there is a Calafiori injury or Calafiori going out of form, this it can happen with any player. So what they are trying to do is they're trying to make it foolproof. They're like, okay, if this doesn't work out, I have this. And
Yeah.
this is a very one-off season. That's what I think I wrote on our WhatsApp chat. This is a one-off season that we have such a brilliant squad that this should be the season where we compete and we win, right?
Right.
Because next
Yeah.
season with
You never know.
some Yeah, you never know. Lack of game times. One here, a player there will want to leave, etc. This is like the most harmonious time we have as a squad.
I think that
So
back five that played in against Leeds. I think we have the best back five right now in the league. I
yeah,
think
In
we are the
Europe, in
best.
Europe,
Yeah,
I don't
I
think
would
there's
not.
any.
I would not argue against. I would not argue against them being the best in Europe. And
Yeah,
now adding such kind of quality of players to that unit, we have even on a second string team which is going to come off the bench, and you can see already Arteta is saying that we are going to have a lot of team members coming. Like we're going to have a lot of squad people being utilized from the 68th minute onwards. And I think he has changed himself his stubborn mentality of keeping the same team on the pitch, and he saw that because of that there are a lot of injuries in the squad last year. He has tried to improve upon. He's worked on it. I think this is going to give us some results. But with this squad depth, I think as a Arsenal fan, I have to demand a trophy. I think we need a silverware
yeah,
this year.
yeah. We should
definitely.
we should be demanding. The one more crazy thing that I noticed was, or at least I'm thinking is this Hincapi guy comes in, then you have to you have to look at this depth. None of them
Oh,
are none of them are fullbacks.
true.
Yeah,
Yeah, there is one guy who's not a centre back. That is Miles Lewis Kelly, and I'm coming to him. I I what I've noticed in this transfer window is no matter irrespective of if we got Norgard or Zubimendi, bro, we still lack that slight depth in that position. And
Mm.
Incape coming in will free Lewis Kelly to get good amount of minutes in midfield. The same way how Waneri is getting minutes in the attacking midfield role. Sorry, I feel this is a good move for his development as a midfielder. I mean, he's a good enough left back and all, but I want
He's
to
an
see him in
excellent
mid.
he's an
yeah,
excellent midfielder. I've seen
yeah.
I've
Yeah,
seen the
his
quality.
abilities beg for him to play regularly in midfield. Anyway, that's my thinking. It's a premature thinking, but let's see how it
So we
folds,
would
how it
rather. So we,
turns out.
yeah. So we would rather trade a set Kivior and Zinchenko to bring in Nkapi and have this as our defense option,
I
Yeah,
the
think
one we have.
Zinni's he should definitely be out. Like that's he should be
yeah,
sold. And I think Kivior is in terms of the sellable assets, as I think he is one of our sellable assets. Like he has a higher value, and I believe that somewhere between 30 to 35 is the right value for him. He's that quality. He's a starting quality center back for any team.
hmm.
True, true.
I'm okay
Okay.
with if we get 25 for it. I'm okay
No,
with it.
25 is too less for a player who actually played quite well in the Champions League as well. I mean, I don't think we would have gotten a player
I
like
think
Kivior if
Raman
we were
just
in.
wants an upgrade. He wants an upgrade and he wants
No,
a
no,
better
no, no, no.
quality.
I don't. I'm not looking at an upgrade. I'm saying, okay. Let's assume we are not linked to Hincape at all,
Mm.
right? Now let's talk then. I'm saying, it's about see the market is weird, all right. The market is weird now. There were all these rumors about Syria sites coming, this site coming and all, but at the end of the day it's Porto who are like heavily linked with it. There is a reason for it, right? It's not like, and they are paying around, I think somewhere around 25, 20 is what Fabrizio said, but then it's going to be more than 20, 25. Let's assume. What if we are demanding 35, like you said, but we're not getting that in the market, and then suddenly we have like a player like Hincape available as a market opportunity. So I think they're going to sell him for 25, and again 25 may meaning we got him for like 22 million euros something, but again his book value has reduced. So even if we sell him for 25, we are still making a considerable profit on the financial side of things. That's how I feel it works. But
Makes
anyway,
sense.
but you know what?
Yeah.
One more crazy thing I noticed. Sorry, one last point I want to make. One more crazy thing I noticed, that somebody pointed out some net spend nonsense. Okay, net spend first of all is not real. Okay, it's a myth. It's just people. It's a stick that people use to beat clubs that's spending. One thing that showed me that our net spend is terrible. We got like 8 million euros so far in sales. But see, that shows me which club has the financial muscle in this window. Not Man City, not Liverpool. Liverpool have bloody spent around 100 million euros. That's it. If you consider net spend as a real thing. I don't know. I mean,
Hmm.
we're there.
That's also because maybe we haven't really spent in the last two windows. Maybe.
Yeah, and we
No, we
kept our
have.
net to be like last couple of windows. I think we have started building it up, and which is
Yeah,
good from a financial perspective. We still have room. Because our historical spend was so less. We
exactly.
have and a lot of these players are still coming from Haaland, so we still have a good like a runway there, and I think we are going to make. Then I think I am sure about it. I think this is a good window for Berta. And I think if he makes those 4 or 5 fringe players, he sells them, trims the squad and keeps it perfect. I think this is going to be a brilliant 10 on 10 window.
Yeah.
So, guys, the Newcastle game has started. So I think I'll just bring up one last file that I mentioned earlier. Uh, thoughts on
donne l'avantage après seulement 7
thoughts
minutes.
on this
Pépé, le
terrace,
buteur. Oh, le
terrace
petit
pick.
pont qui est passé de la part de Nicolas Pépé. Magnifique, de l'extérieur du pied. Il peut aller chercher à gauche,
Okay.
peut-être. Nicolas Pépé, c'est fait.
Yeah,
Cardona.
yeah.
I,
Anyway, I'll
I,
just
I
mute
can
it.
see, I can completely see that, and I know that you are a big Pepe fan. Even I was, and I think he had when I saw him in Liga, he was good. But I think at Arsenal, he just struggled. He just struggled with the pace, physicality of it. I think he just struggled with the physicality of defenders, and then them time trying to foul him and just stop the run. And that's something that's not
Yeah.
happening for him right now. So it's good. It's
Yeah.
good. I want him to do well,
Yeah.
but yeah,
For some reason, he
We,
just did not click. But right now, like by the looks of it, he actually look at it. By the looks of it, it just actually looks like a world beater. But
yeah,
somehow it did not click for us.
see, the thing is,
He
And
was good before as well, before coming
no,
to
these
us.
kind of these kind of things that he does, no, it actually he was doing it well at Arsenal when he came on. His problem again was like a lot of, see, this guy is not used to that kind of pressure that, when you
Mm.
think about it, 72 million pounds we paid our record signing at the time, and obviously he was gonna get that kind of pressure and he couldn't handle it. That's the only thing. As a player, I like him.
I would
right,
just say one. I would just ask last question to you, like seeing him. Okay, would you want Anthony in your team?
absolutely
Anthony,
not.
no.
Anthony is the same level of skill. The end product is still missing for even
Yeah.
Pepe. Like
Right.
we thought we got a we got him at the right age where he's going to improve and start scoring. But I think he somewhere he could get into that the box, but then final touch is always the which always threw him off as well. And I think physicality was always is a problem, and a person who's not so communicative in the field or back, I think is always going to be a challenge in a league which is alien to them.
No, but on
That's
the
also a
contrary,
reason why.
I always, sorry. On the contrary, I always felt that Pepe was one of the best finishers we had. He used to, and his
True.
final decisions was used to be very good.
But he
True.
just if you see consistently made the wrong decisions of trying to shoot too early.
Maybe, maybe at
So
times,
he
yeah.
could have, and especially when you have a couple of players like Lacazette and Aubameyang playing alongside, I think that also adds pressure. And they were the charismatic people that they are.
Hmm.
He kind of felt more pressured when he was playing with them, and you could see that flair coming out. And this guy, being a player himself, he was still feeling that not so confident about himself.
Right.
Right. And
You're
regarding the
right.
physicality bit, I think so. That's also the reason why Fabio Vieira has not been able to integrate. We have
Agree.
not been able to integrate
Yes.
him in the side. The talent is
Hmm.
there, but yeah, he's
No,
lacking.
we'll have a Fabio Vieira chat. Like I think we should also have a chat on not now, next stream or whatever, on
Yeah.
our fringe players, right? Like
Yes.
Right.
because this should be this we can do like maybe before the window shuts.
Yeah. Yeah. We should do
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah. Let's end this one then. I mean, because the game has started, probably we can move on to that and have that discussion for some other day. Uh, do you guys have any concluding statements or just?
No, no. We're good right now. I think we should look
Oh,
forward to the season and
Yeah.
expect to win every game. That's what we should go in with every like when we're watching every game. That's my
I
thought.
just I want to just freeze this table and then say that Arsenal stays at the top across.
Yeah. Superb then. Thank you guys for joining, and thank you for all the.
Right, man.
We had a few viewers this time. Thank you for you guys joining as well, and hope you guys join again for our next stream and follow us on this journey.
Perfect,
Yeah.
perfect. Ciao, ciao,
See you
guys.
in the next one.
Ciao, ciao.